More than 2 weeks after it was released, the Liberal government is facing some tricky new questions about the budget. Numbers were missing. The government at first refused to fill in the blanks, but today gave in to the Parliamentary Budget Office. But that more complete picture now raises some other questions. Neil MacDonald joining us from Ottawa. So, Neil, did the PBO ultimately get what it was asking for?
David, for the record, this letter today sent by Finance to the Parliamentary Budget Office fulfilled technically what the watchdog fiscal people wanted. They asked for data that was missing from the budget, and it's here. But when you look at it, you can see why the government wanted to suppress it in the first place. There are projections in every budget going out 5 or 6 years, and this one was no different. On page 4 of this letter today, help for the middle class. Remember, that was the part of the budget that provided the middle class tax cut and the child benefit. Huge, newsworthy budget items. Probably the biggest news from that budget. $3.6 billion in expenditures next year, $3.6 billion the year after. But in the years that the data that was suppressed, and we know now, $2.5 billion, going down to $0.9 billion by 2021. In other words, the spending or the expense of that program will decrease 75% by 2021. Why? We don't know. The government's not providing the spreadsheets that underline this, although I can guarantee you that the Parliamentary Budget Office will be asking for them.
Okay, so presumably this is not the end of things then.
No, this is not the end of it at all. Look, these are the people that tangled with Stephen Harper. They don't give up. Their job is to be persistent and to not give up until they answer to Parliament. They're going to want to know where these figures came from. Do the figures stand up? And ultimately, do we have a structural deficit in our hands? Are we going to have deficits forever, going out for years, or is it just one-off? This is not a transparent budget yet.
All right. Thanks very much, Neil.
My pleasure.
That's our Neil MacDonald in Ottawa.